Hello and welcome to part 6 of What If Deku Was a Leviathan. I'm sorry if I promised the night of one today. I don't fully remember if I promised it or not, and I can't seem to find if I promised it. So, if I promise it, comment down below about that. So, and I will do it today. I will do the first part of it after this part. If you comment down below if I've done it or not, because I don't remember. So, but I'll guess we'll just get straight into it. Oh, no, I was right. I would. It's part 4. Sorry. This is part 5. Yeah, I wrote. I'm sorry if I wrote wrong in the title. I kind of forgot about it. I thought it was part 5, but But this is part 5. Now, I'll probably end it in part 6. Yeah, this is the part where I'm getting the like last part. I left at a cliffhanger, and I will also go through the starting of the training camp. And this part also I will tell that Izuku will tell class about him being a Leviathan, stuff like that, everything really. Because Azawa will know from Mirko and some of the and Mina and Kirishima will also tell him. But first it's Mirko who tells him. So, but yeah, let's get straight into it, I guess. They left off at when Izuku and Mirko said that Izuku and her were dating. That's when everyone said, "Really? Oh, it's good for you, but isn't Izuku a bit too young to date you?" Well, no, I ain't really. I'm actually older than all of you together combined, but yeah. That's when everyone, minus Mina, Kirishima, and Mirko, gets shocked because he looks like he's about their age. So they're a bit shocked, of course. But then Izuku says, if you don't believe me, I'll say someone, I guess I could tell you what I am and stuff like that. So he tells the whole story, like I said, the whole Snotic story and the things said on the first part, and a bit of the second part, I think. I don't really remember, but hey. So they talk, he says that, and Izuku, when they're done, or before he tells, one in the class thinks to herself, "Oh, I'll still make you mine, Izuku. You will be mine. Mine only." And I won't tell who it is yet. That's a surprise for later. But yeah. Now, that's when Azawa says, "Well, we have an announcement, and since you're here, everyone shall listen. Now, we will be going to the forest training camp, in the forest. So you're in a week, so you need to pack your stuff. Here's a list. Zuko, go and give them to everyone. I don't just do it." Yes. Alright then, Zawa. So he goes and deliver everyone's sheet of things they need. They can take 2 extra things with them. Or 3, yeah, 3 extra things that they can take with them. It ain't really important, but hey, trying to make the video longer. Now, after that, the school classes goes as normal. Izuku and Mirako goes on dates. They cuddle until the training camp. Or did I say? Did I do this? Yeah, no, I did Sports Festival. In a training camp. When they're at then they go on the bus. They talk about the quirks like canon. But also they talk a bit about what Izuku is and talk a bit about that, stuff like that. But when they get there, Izuku can feel his instincts are kicking in, and he feels like that he needs to walk backwards. So he begins to walk backwards, but when they pushed him down the mountain side, Izuku just grows his tentacles and takes and just pushes it on the ground and just takes them back into the belt where the bus is. So then Mandalay says, "But you need to go down there. It's for training purposes. You need to go down there." Sal says, he doesn't need to. He's perfectly fine. Alright then. So they go on the bus and they drive towards the campsite. So when they're there, when the class gets there, Izuku is already in the hot springs, I think it is. It's where they bathe and where Mina tried to climb over the wall to see the girls. But Koda got in the way. That's where Izuku is, and just chilling. Just relaxing, really. Now, when the class gets there, they go and see, or the boys at least, see Izuku, and they say, "Why didn't you help us?" I didn't want to. And I kind of wanted to get in water, and kind of love it. Oh, and I'm just gonna say, Ghost is with them, but he is kind of he's in the water, but he is very small, so no one can really see him. They can see him like he's a tiny fish. He's very tiny, let's just say that. They do the same as Canon. Mineta climbs up the wall. Koda pushes him back down. His butt hits Ida's face, and they fall down. And they train the quirks, really, and Izuku doesn't really train. Really, maybe he does. He just relaxes in the water, really, because he can't really train. He's, I don't know what he would train on. He's pretty much OP, but you know what? He actually trains in combat, close combat, and really just martial arts. He trains that so that he can be a bit better with, and trains a fighting style where he can fight with his tentacles a bit better, instead of just pushing them away and just grabbing them and throwing them away. He can actually fight them a bit. So he does that. So they train and everything like that. But then, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say that one extra person is in the class 1A. It's a he, and it's no C. He ain't really important. It's just I need him for this one thing. So, you know what? Flashback a bit. Izuku's having Ghost with him in a glass bottle, and a guy walks with his headphones on and looks down, so he can't see where he's walking really. And he bumps into Zuko, and Zuko drops the bottle where Ghost is, and the guy says sorry, and picks it up and accidentally uses his quirk and takes and gives Izuku his bottle back. And if you wonder what his quirk is, it's that he can make animals or anything that ain't human become human. Like they can transform from their animal form to human form. So that's how I'll going to introduce and why I have Ghost there with Izuku. And Mirko and Azawa have seen Ghost in his human form, so they know about it. I just wanted that because then I can do a bit more. So, now they continue the training camp. Mostly goes with canon, and just said Izuku training as martial arts and stuff like that, fighting styles, and Ghost is mostly just in Izuku's room, just getting the hand of becoming human and himself again. So it's kind of just human, like shifts form all the time, just so he can get the hang of it and he can use it properly with ease. So when the attack begins, Izuku, he ain't fire resistance, so he's very vulnerable against fire. That's his weakness. So, but he goes to where the muscular is, and they fight. Like I said in a few other parts, I think I ain't really good at fighting scenes, so I mostly just say a bit what damage or what happened to them. Not really the fighting, because I'm not good with that. So I can try a bit. Izuku, when he sees Koda, he takes him and tries to run away, but Izuku forgot to take one of his tentacles away, so Muscular sneaks up on Izuku and grabs one of his tentacles that he forgot to put away, and threw him into the wall. And while Izuku is holding Koda, by the way, so he's holding Koda in front of him now while he's in the wall, the cliff wall, whatever it's called. Ooh. But after that happens, Izuku says, Koda, run. Or, you know what, it's probably more dangerous running. Koda, stay here. Don't go. It's much safer here right now than over here. There are more villains. I'll take him on. So, you really think you can take me on, boy? You're weak. Come and get me. So, Izuku takes Izuku shoots, or not shoots, but one of his tentacles goes like from his back and just thrust in towards Muscular and goes through a few layers of muscle, but not enough to go through the skin, but the muscle he goes through. If you don't know who Muscular is, he's a villain with a quirk that he can like make muscles come out of his body and become like more strong and stuff like that. so he can build muscles on top of his skin. So that's why Zuko's tentacle goes through his muscles, but not his skin. But Zuko didn't really use full force because he doesn't want to kill anybody, or at least not yet. But when they go and they fight, really. They just fight. I don't fully know what fight they would have. Zuko gets beaten up a bit after that thrust attack. Zuko gets thrown again, and then Zuko gets more serious and he uses more power and he punctures the skin, and as Muscular begins to bleed. Where oof. So they fight. Zuko wins with ease after he was thrown into the wall once and thrown into the ground once as well. So Zuko wins with having to kill Muscular. Yes. Because he didn't find a way to knock him out, so he had to kill him. And after that, Zuko kind of said to Koda, look away. Now. Which Koda listens and covers his ears, while Zuko transforms his head into kind of this, just smaller but enough to eat him alive. No, not alive, but whole. So he eats him, and his head transforms back, and Muscular isn't being eaten. He's not being devoured. He's more being like just in there in his body, but much smaller, shrinked. It's kind of like a space, kind of like Rimuru. From that time I was reincarnated as slime, kind of like his, where Veldora and the demon, I think, was. If you don't know who Rimuru Tempest is, search up that time I was reincarnated as a slime, and you'll find out who he is. So he's kind of, but one of his powers is like having a space inside of him. That's kind of what Zuko has. Sorry, just some peeping sound and I didn't want that on my video on the part, so I just paused it. But let's get back. Zuko, after that, Zuko goes to Koda and taps on her shoulder and says, hey, it's okay right now. You can take it easy. You can come with me a bit. I'll take you back to your aunt. Right? So Zuko goes and takes Koda to Mandalay, who is Koda's aunt. But before he goes there, he meets Zawa, which he says to Zawa that Zawa should fight, and Zuko shall take Koda to Mandalay, so that he can safe and Zuko can begin to fight villains as well. That's what happens. He goes there was Koda, but this time they have no moves with them. I'm changing a bit the battle, a bit. They're not here to kidnap Bakugo. They can if they're it's kind of like a side mission. If they get him, they can try to get him if they're close, but they don't have to. It's just an option they can do that will help them. So, but it isn't like the main mission. The main mission is to try to kill the students, to lower All Might's kind of like faith and hope, kind of like just pushing him a bit down so he can lose it a bit more, kind of, I guess. So when the Nomus begins to come out from the portals, then Izuku goes to his room and says to Ghost, you need to come out here. We have some food we shall eat. Really? Oh, yes. I'm hungry. Well, what are they? Well, they're creatures, things. They look like birds or something like that. But they have their brain is sticking out. Those are the only ones we can eat, alright? Not the people. Is that alright? Yes. And they're kind of going to like transform. They're gonna get bigger, kind of like grow size, I guess. They're gonna grow like 10 meters height, or they grow big enough so that they can, and they transform their faces to this. They grow a little like height and size, but still in their human form, but they transform. Or you know what? Izuku transform fully, but not fully because he would destroy the entire place, but he's transformed big enough so he can swallow a Nomu whole. And same goes for Ghost. He transformed fully because he isn't as he's much smaller than Izuku. So he transformed to his original size, and he can't eat fully Nomus whole, but some of them, they're like the smaller ones. But he can eat the Nomus heads and kill them. So when they transform, everyone there are shocked because they see sea creatures on land slithering around and eating the Nomus, which Shigaraki says, dang it, what are those things? I guess we can tell it's the awful one, and maybe he knows what they are. Kurogiri, give me a camera so I can take a picture of them, so that we can show Master how they look. Yes, young master. So Kurogiri gets a camera. Don't ask where. He just gets one, and Kurogiri gives it to Shigaraki. Shigaraki takes their picture of Zuko and Ghost, and they leave. They retreat. They say we need to leave, so they leave. And when they leave, Zuko and Ghost transform back to their human form. I don't have a picture of Ghost's human form. Just look at this and just transform it to human. Like he has blue hair, yellow eyes, a bit yellow black clothes. Well, this is Zuko. So now, how long have I been doing? 24. We can go to the end of the training camp. And they didn't get Bakugo. Just gonna say. Now they go back. They go back to the school and they talk about it and report. Mostly the same thing happened again, and I think they did something about it. I don't remember. I didn't really watch that or focus on it, and I kind of forgot. Um, well, I guess I'll end it off there. And I'll just repeat a bit. Izuku told the class about him being Leviathan and everything that has happened in the past, and he also told class about the ship, Mirko, and him being together and end of training camp, and they did a training camp with the battle, a bit of a mix or a twist, and the thing when they taught the class about Mirko and Zuko dating, the thing about the one girl, like said, Zuko will be hers. I will go deeper in that in the next part, because I have a bit of an idea for that. So, and you can guess in the comments who it is, and if you guessed it, nothing really happens, but if you want, yes, it in the comments. It's a surprise for now, for until part 6. That's right. This is part 5. Yeah, part 5. This is part 5, and part 6 I will go. The surprise will be done. But that's for this part. Hope you enjoyed it, and leave a like, comment down below. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, comment, like.